WCCS live show. We are so excited to have you guys joining us today. If you are watching this live, we'd love to hear from you guys. Give us a shout out in the comment section, who you are, what your relationship is with the school. And as we go through our conversation today, we'd love to hear some comments. If you love what you're hearing, give us a like or a love. But we're so excited to continue some of the live interviews that we did just a couple weeks ago with hopefully something that will be a regular staple here at WCCS, a live show where we can feature just different things going on at the school and have conversation with folks about that. And today I'd like to welcome as our special guest, Olivia Edge. Olivia, welcome.
Hi.
So Olivia teaches in our middle school. Olivia teaches 6th grade language arts and middle school theater, also is one of our advisory teachers for a group of young ladies in middle school. And Olivia, this has kind of been your brainchild. Olivia has been working on developing a great service initiative, a great service project that the whole school can take part in as we approach the holiday, the Christmas and Thanksgiving season. And so that's why I wanted to talk with Olivia today. And she has a couple students that are going to join her in a minute too. We are so excited, Olivia, to talk about this initiative. I'm going to put up a little banner real quick. So this flyer was going out in e-news and in some blue folders at the lower school. Your students might have been talking about this at home, but this is an initiative that we are doing as a school to give back to our community. And I don't want to steal the whole show from Olivia, but Olivia, tell us a little bit about this service project so we can learn more about this.
Sure. Well, one of the things we're focusing on this year is the theme of loving God and loving others. And so one of the things I've been brainstorming about, what are ways that we can model and teach these kids to love God and love others. Oh, this is one of my kids who's going to talk with me. She just got here. And we need to be serving and reaching out the community around us. And so one of the things that I'm passionate about is the homeless in our community and also families that are in crisis. And the Pathways Community Center came to my mind. My church has partnered with The Rock for years, and then now, since The Rock no longer exists, it's Pathways. And so we hear a lot about the needs that they have, and the needs are growing because of this year. This year has been rough on a lot of families, and there are so many things that they need to support the families that are in crisis and the homeless in the community. And that is just such an easy thing that we can do. Small little things like snacks and just things that we take for granted, like clean socks or mittens, we can so easily send and give. It won't take much from us to donate that, but it will make such an impact in the lives of those around us.
You're absolutely right, Ms. Edge. You know, our mission statement says that as a ministry of Westminster Presbyterian Church, we exist to educate students to bless our world as disciples of Jesus Christ. And so I think it's so cool that we are making a tangible way for students and families to do that even now. And so we're excited about this initiative and how the school and its families can give back. So it's very exciting. I'd like to welcome Miss Ida Hall. Ida, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So Ida is one of our 7th grade students. Ida, I understand that you are really passionate, really excited about this project. Tell us, as a middle school student, as a 7th grade student, tell us how you feel like you are going to be able to make a difference in the lives of others through this project.
Well, I love how our school is a great Christian environment, and then we can teach people the gospel and how much it makes a difference in other people's lives, and just helping them with feeding them, taking care of them, making sure they're warm. It really helps a lot, and I think that's what's going to make the biggest difference.
Wow. Well, I am so excited to see what an impact, we will have and you will have.
Just piggybacking on that, we've been talking about that, and we will continue to talk about that in our advisories. Like we want to share the gospel. That's our ultimate goal, make disciples for Jesus. But it's hard to do that with people if their basic needs are not met. It's hard for them to hear the message if they're hungry or if they're cold or they don't have shelter. So by meeting those basic needs, we're loving them first. And then we're also opening the door to them hearing the message, the gospel message. So I love that. Ida's so right.
Thank you.
You're absolutely right. And let's talk about this drive, this service initiative. Tell me a little bit more about Pathways, about that community organization, what they do, and maybe why you even felt like this was a need that we could serve and that was important.
Well, they are the primary facility now that if we have the homeless population that's growing in York County, if they go to seek services, they are funneled through Pathways. So Pathways is like the entry point into the system for all the homeless in our community. So they'll go there and find out what resources they need and where they need to go for those resources. So it really is critical because it's the only center that's like that. There used to be a lot of different groups throughout the county, but there really is a lot of benefit to centralizing into one area so that there is some sort of, oversight of who needs what, where, and we don't have all these different people functioning without the head knowing, the arms and hands are functioning without the head knowing where everything is. So they have a great board. They have a Christian viewpoint. So they have a history in our community of being solid. So it's when you're looking for organizations to partner with, you want to make sure that they're vetted and they're good, and the money or things that you're supporting or sending in are going where you need. And with this group, 100%, I feel sure that everything that we give goes directly to who needs it. So that's one of the benefits. And then also they have, I have a friend who teaches Bible study there. And so they have a weekly Bible study where homeless come in, they listen to the message, they get a coupon to go to McDonald's and get a value meal. That's at the end, but they're getting their needs met. They're hearing the gospel, and there have been individuals come to Christ through that encounter. So that's one of the ministries they have there that I love. But I just feel really passionate about helping the people around us that we have right in front of us in need. And these middle school, I teach middle school, but all of our school students, we're in such a me-focused society where it's all about my profile on whatever social media platform I'm on. I'm thinking about how I look all the time, or do I have, what all I have. And this is an opportunity for us to point our students outward and look around and see the needs of people around us and stop for a moment, maybe thinking so much about ourselves. And, that's just part of our job as educators, is to help these children see the world around them. And right here in our community, there's so many needs that we don't see every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ida, what are some of the things that Pathways needs from us? What are some of the things that you're asking folks to collect?
We're asking them to kind of collect canned foods and things like that, and different clothes and things that will just help make their lives better and healthier. And I think it'll make a big difference. And we're also, asking for different types of canned foods just so that they can have a meal every night, because we're so fortunate that we have things to eat and they don't really have that. So it makes a big difference for them.
Yeah. So some of the things are specific canned foods are like Vienna sausages. So it's an easy, cheap protein source that is missing in a lot of the diets of the homeless. Small individual servings of macaroni and cheese, cans of tuna, cans of chicken. Those are some of the things that are on the list. Protein bars, grits, individual packets of grits and oatmeal. Things that can be fixed with basically microwaving water or with a microwave are best, because a lot of the homeless don't necessarily have access to stoves and things, but there are microwaves at the center that they can access. And then clothing items, as we get cold, it's going to be getting cold before too long. Socks, knit caps, gloves, scarves, their underwear. We take for granted having clean underwear, don't we? And we need that. There's men's work boots, because part of what they do is try to help train and lead people to jobs. And so sometimes individuals don't have the necessary footwear to apply for a job, So like boots would be a wonderful donation to send in. So we have a list that we're sending out to all of our students, and you put it up earlier, but it has even more details. Yes, there we are. Yeah. So yes, nuts, don't forget that. And then a lot of paper products. So coffee cups, the styrofoam ones, Kleenex, toilet paper, those things would be such a huge blessing, and easy for us to go, grab at any departments or store, Kmart, Walmart, Ollie's. You can find this type thing in bulk, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. Well, it's going to be really cool to see over the next couple of weeks. So this is running through November 20th. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And so how can folks, maybe we have some folks that are watching today that are at the lower school. They're not in the middle school. Or maybe we have some folks that have graduated. We're broadcasting this to the alumni channel, and maybe they want to give back. So what's the process for getting things to you that are needed so we can get those to Pathways?
Well, students can bring them in. If students can just bring them into their advisory teacher, their home-based teacher, and we have designated bins through the school for the teachers to then funnel them to. If you would like to make a donation and you're not currently, attending school every day, you could drop it off at the front office, lower and upper campus, and we will know what to do with it. We will find the place for it. But by all means, just bring it on by. We appreciate anything that anyone can give.
Absolutely. Ida, any other encouragements that you want to share to anybody watching today?
I would encourage you to keep Jesus close in your heart. When times get tough, just remember that he's right there with you, and definitely donate to the Pathways, because that's a great service project that you could do, and it would really make a difference in somebody's life. So
you're right, Ida. And sometimes that I've found one of the ways that we can have communion with the Lord and to really follow his lead is to give back to others. Do you find that sometimes you're blessed by giving? Is that sometimes how you feel?
Definitely. I think it really, just knowing that it made a difference in somebody's life just can really make you smile, and it made Jesus smile. So that's what I tried to keep in mind when I give.
Yeah. So. Absolutely.
Yeah, we were talking about that, like the joy of watching someone open a present that you're so excited for them to get, that you've put thought into. That is way more exciting to me than opening up a gift from someone else. So we try to think about that. It actually feels good to give. I mean, it's good for the person getting it, but it's good for us. It's so good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, ladies, I appreciate y'all joining us for this little live, streaming show. And hopefully folks will watch this recording afterwards as well. And before we leave, I'm just going to put up that flyer one more time just to talk through the details. So the whole school is sponsoring this Pathways Community Center supply drive. It's going to benefit the homeless and the needy that are served by this wonderful organization. And we are collecting supplies from now through November the 20th. And you can drop off any of the supplies mentioned there. There's a lot of non-perishable items that are needed, toiletry items, clothing items, to bless these folks in need and to help stock the supply closets, of this wonderful organization so that they can best serve the folks that are coming through their doors. And so please join us in supporting this wonderful organization. Again, you can drop these off at either campus. If you're not studying with us as a student, you can drop them off at the front desk, and students can just bring them into their classrooms and we'll get them to the right place.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, it's been so fun to join y'all. We've got some comments in. So Kristen Turney, her daughter Paige graduated in 2018 from WCCS. And so Kristen, we are so glad that you joined us today. Paige is actually volunteering at the lower school Nicole Leitner, I'm sorry that you were not able to read the flyer. It is a little bit small. We did realize that at the last minute. Nicole, if you will go back to your e-news that you received this weekend on Saturday, there is a downloadable version of that PDF flyer so you can read more in detail exactly what those needs are and what those details are. Stephanie Ansley, one of our current parents, asked a great question. Are all clothing items that are requested to be donated, do they need to be new? Do you know that answer, Olivia?
I think they're okay. It's okay to be used, just gently used. We don't want to have anything, of course, with holes or stains. We want to give something that we would want to wear ourselves. That's still in good shape. So that's the only requirement.
Absolutely.
Now, but when it comes to socks and boxers, yes, those need to be new.
I was wondering that. Your more delicate items, yes. I want those to be fresh and new. Yeah.
My whole theater class is giggling now.
Of course they are. Of course they are. Oh, so fun. And Polly Pogue-Baker is joining us, our lovely receptionist and current parent. She says, I'm so excited to have a way to serve those in our community. We are too, Polly. I think this is going to be something really fun. Different classes have done different service projects in the past. And so we're excited that we're coming together as a whole school to really hopefully make a big impact in the community this year. And of course, Polly says again, great job, Ida and Mrs. Edge. Yes, well done, ladies. We were so glad that y'all could join us today. And Nicole Leitner, thank you so much for your encouragement. She just says this is awesome. And I agree. I can't wait to see how the Lord's going to use this. So, ladies, thank you again for joining us. Thank you to all of our viewers for joining in. And again, we hope that you will participate in our service project now through November 20th. Send in your items. Thank y'all. Have a great day.